Let's talk winter trends. Hi, my name is Sarah, and my channel is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much for joining me, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. Now I know a lot of people are not into following trends, and if that's not your thing, then that is perfectly fine. The reason that I like to know what the trends are isn't necessarily because I want to blindly follow every single one of them. For me, it's more about finding trends that actually work with my personal style and getting inspiration from those trends to give me some ideas for things that I might want to sew for myself. And because I like variety in my style, I do also like to try new things every once in a while, just to push the envelope a little bit and see if I can find something new that I really like. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 winter trends for this upcoming season and the patterns that you can use to create them. Trend number 1 is long maxi coats. Now, tailored wool coats are a winter staple. They're not necessarily a trend, but I would say the new wrinkle this season is that the coats are a long length, usually from midi down to ankle length. If you don't happen to have a favorite coat pattern that is long enough, it's very easy to just lengthen it yourself. But if you don't already have an extensive pattern stash, I found a few patterns that you can use to create this trend. The first one is the Liesl & Co. Cheval coat. It comes in US sizes 0 to 20, and it costs $16.95 for the PDF. This is your classic tailored coat. It's below the knee, it has a notched collar, flat pockets, it is single-breasted, and it's fully lined. I think that this is the classic staple kind of coat that you could make something like this and keep it in your closet for many, many years to come. I think the trendiest version of the long wool coat right now is in black, but obviously you could make it in any color that you want or even a print. The next pattern is Know Me 2001. It comes in sizes 10 to 38W, and the full price is $15.95 for paper or PDF. Now this pattern comes with the pattern for the coat and a pair of trousers, which is a nice bonus. This is a wide lapel coat that has a tie belt. It's midi length. There's a belted sleeve detail. It's a lined coat and it does not have closures. So from the looks of it, I think that this coat would be a relatively quick and easy sew. And I absolutely love the way that it is styled on the cover. That gorgeous green wool is absolutely stunning. And a bold color like that would make a perfect statement coat for winter. The next pattern is the Vicky Sews Martina. It comes in European sizes 34 to 52 with 4 different height brackets. And the cost is $10 for the PDF. I own this pattern, although I haven't made it yet. It has an oversized drop shoulder. It's midi length. It comes with a tie belt, a hidden snap closure, welt pockets, and it is fully lined. So I think that this pattern would be maybe a little bit more involved if you're really looking to get into those tailoring techniques, but from experience I can tell you that the Vicky Sews instructions are very thorough, and if you just follow them step by step, you'll end up with a very beautiful result. I definitely plan to make this pattern at some point. I just need to find the right fabric. And then the last pattern that I'm sharing for the long wool coat is the Bella Loves Patterns Traveler coat. This comes in UK sizes 6 to 22 with 2 different height brackets, and it costs $15 for the PDF. This one's for a double-breasted coat. It has a wide lapel, welt pockets, it's midi length, fully lined, and it is oversized. It also has a nice shoulder tab detail. Now, I'm not a big fan of double-breasted coats myself, but I know that they are tremendously popular, and if you're looking for that nice oversized silhouette, I think this would be an excellent choice. Moving on to trend number 2. Tailoring is still going strong. It has been very much in style for several years now, and there's no signs of it stopping. The first part of this trend that I want to talk to you about is tailored trousers. Now, tailored trousers are so incredibly popular that they have definitely filtered down to the sewing community, and there are so many tailored trouser patterns that are available, with new ones being published seemingly every day. So I'm sure that you can find a pattern that works for you and your body type. I'm just going to share a few patterns here that I have found. The first one is Know Me 2053. It comes in sizes 6 to 24. The full price is $15.95 on the Simplicity website, and it comes in paper only. This one is for a high-waisted pant with front pleats, a flap detail, back welt pockets. It has wide legs and a fly front. And this pattern also does come with the pattern for the top as well. I really like the look of this pattern. I'm not going to pick it up for myself because I already have a few tailored trousers patterns already, But I do really like the little front flap pocket detail. I think that's a nice one. And I believe on the pattern cover, they made it out of a fun printed fabric, but you can also just do it out of a standard suiting fabric, something solid, something basic, and you can wear them every day. The next pants pattern I have to share is Paradise Patterns Protea pants. It comes in US sizes 00 up to 30. It costs $15 and it's PDF only. Now I've actually sewn this pattern twice and I am wearing one of those versions today. This is for a wide leg pant and you have the option to do a pleated front or you can just do a flat front. It has a zippered fly front and inseam pockets. I really like this pattern. I think that the instructions are very good and I love the fit of it. To me, the legs are nice and wide, but they're not overly wide to the point that they're overwhelming. So I would highly recommend this pattern if you are interested. I do really like that it has both a flat front and a pleated front. I think that it adds a nice bit of versatility. And then the last tailored trouser pattern I have to recommend is the Style Arc Spencer woven pant. This comes in Australian sizes 4 to 30, and it costs 16 to 22 Australian dollars depending on which version that you buy, and it comes in PDF or print. This is another wide leg pant. It has cuffs at the bottom and pleats on the front. It has a fly front with front slash pockets and a back welt pocket. Again, this is just your standard classic tailored trousers with pleats. From the photos, it looks like the legs are nice and wide. And I believe Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery has made these if I'm not mistaken. I will link her channel down in the description box. Now the second part of this tailoring trend that I wanted to talk to you about is blazers. Now, oversized blazers have been trending for several years now, but this season they have actually introduced something new, which is that the blazers still have strong shoulders, but they're more cinched at the waist to give you more of an hourglass effect. And that hourglass effect is created either by cinching it in at the waist with a belt, or the actual tailoring of the jacket itself that brings it in at the waist. Now personally, this is not a trend that I would partake in because it creates that really exaggerated hourglass silhouette. I have a very straight shape, and so just in my opinion, if I tried to wear a jacket like that, it would just look out of place on me like I'm wearing somebody else's clothes. But that's not to say that you might not enjoy this trend. So the first blazer pattern I have to share is Simplicity 9688. It comes in sizes 10 up to 38W, and the regular price is $16.07 for paper or PDF. This is a little bit of a longer line blazer that has that tie belt to cinch at the waist. It has flap welt pockets, it's fully lined, it has shoulder pads, and it has this really interesting option for slits on the sleeves, or you can just have basic sleeves. The second blazer is the Vicky Sews Eteri. It comes in European sizes 34 to 52 with 4 different height brackets, and it's $10 for the PDF. This one is a single-breasted blazer. It has shoulder pads, and it has integrated waist darts to create that cinched waist detail. It is fully lined, and it's a mid-hip length. I think this one is a really good example to highlight the trend this season. And the last blazer pattern I'm going to share with you is Vogue 1870. It comes in sizes 8 to 26. The regular price is $22.40, and it is paper only. This is another blazer that is fully lined. It's a little bit of a longer length. It has shoulder pads, flap welt pockets. It has princess seaming to give you that waist shaping. And the pattern also comes with flare leg pants. So I think all three of these patterns are an excellent way to play with that cinched waist trend without being as exaggerated as some of the runway trends are. Now this next trend is one that is definitely not for me, but I know that a lot of people really love it, and that is off-the-shoulder necklines or Bardot necklines. This one is a really good one for party season, whether you're doing a top or a dress. There's 2 reasons why it's just not for me. For one thing, I just don't like off-the-shoulder necklines in general. I find them fussy and uncomfortable, and I feel like I would be fussing with them all the time, and I just don't like fussy clothes. And the other reason is because I live in a cold climate, and I would absolutely freeze to death if I had that much neck and shoulder exposed. But I get that not everybody lives in as cold of a place as I do, so I chose 3 patterns to work with this trend. The first one is Vogue 1923. It comes in sizes 8 to 26. The full price is $22.40, and it is paper only. This one is actually for a bodysuit that has bands that form a crossed front, and it makes this beautiful V-neck. And it's for knit fabrics. I think the way that they have styled it on the pattern cover is absolutely perfect, especially for party season. I believe they used like a stretch velvet or a crushed velvet fabric, and I think that would make a beautiful top that you could wear tucked into your tailored trousers, or you could go with a skirt. and it would be a really lovely top that you could wear to something like an office party or maybe a date night. Now, if bodysuits aren't your thing, I did find a top. It's Grasser Top 1072. It comes in Russian sizes 38 to 56 with 5 different height brackets, and the cost is $9 for the PDF. Now this one is very similar to the Vogue version, but it is for a top and not a bodysuit, so if you didn't want to mess with having the bodysuit, this is a good alternative. It hits at mid-hip length and it has raglan sleeves, and it is also for knit fabrics. And then I did find one dress. Now, full disclosure, I have never heard of this company before. I just found it through a Google search. It's a company that's on Etsy, so your mileage may vary in terms of whether or not this is a good company or not. I really don't know. I would encourage you to do your own research. But this one is the Calife Collection Halo dress. It comes in US sizes 00 up to 20, and it costs $14 for the PDF. This one is for a knit mini dress. It has a shoulder overlay, it's knee length with long sleeves, and it is a bodycon dress. So unfortunately, I couldn't really find too many dresses that fit this description, so that's why I chose this particular pattern. But due to the popularity of this neckline, I'd imagine we might start seeing more patterns in the future. Now this next trend, I feel like a lot of people in the sewing community are really going to love, and that is 50s style full skirts. It's a very ladylike trend. I know that a lot of people really love full circle skirts or pleated skirts. This is another one that would be really good for the holiday season. It's not really my thing because I'm really short. I feel like that much fabric tends to overwhelm me. And I did forget to mention that at least what's trending right now is longer skirts, so midi or ankle length or maxi, not really the short ones. So this first one isn't a pattern, it is a calculator. If you want to go super simple and basic and make something that matches your measurements, I found a circle skirt calculator. So you're doing your own drafting and it is free, and you can customize it to any size, which is what makes it so helpful. I believe the calculator comes with options for a half circle skirt, a 3/4, or full, and you get to choose your own length. And this, along with all of the patterns I'm talking about today, are going to be linked down in the description box. If you don't like doing your own drafting and you prefer a pattern, then there is also McCall's 8205. It comes in sizes extra small up to 2XL, and the full price is $13.97 for paper or PDF. This one is for a full circle skirt, and it comes in short, midi, and ankle lengths. It does have pockets, and it is closed with a center back zip with a waistband. If you have an event and you want to go really special occasion and fancy, there's Vogue 1813. It comes in sizes 8 to 24. The price is $22.40 and it's paper only. This one is for a flared skirt with pockets. It has an invisible back zipper. There's 2 lengths, knee or floor length, and it's for more structured woven fabrics like brocade or taffeta, something a little bit stiffer. And then the final full skirt I have to share with you is McCall's 8248. It comes in sizes 6 to 24. The cost is $13.97 and it's paper only. This one is for a pleated skirt in mini, midi, or ankle length. It has a side zipper closure with a waistband. And for this one, you don't want to pick fabric that's too flimsy, but you do want something that has a little bit of drape, especially for the longer versions. If you're enjoying watching this video and feel like it's bringing you some value, I would appreciate it so much if you would give me a like, and also please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you. Now, if you, like me, are not a full skirt girl, then this next trend might be for you. It's more of the 90s style maxi skirts that have a straight or more of a slight A-line shape. I've seen a lot of different fabrications for this, from denim to suiting or sweater knits. And the first pattern I have to share with you is the Style Arc Tommy jean skirt. It comes in Australian sizes 4 to 30, and the cost is 16 to 22 Australian dollars, depending on whether you get the PDF or the paper version. This one is for your classic traditional midi jean skirt that has a front fly, back yoke, back patch pockets, it has a front slit, and jeans pockets. The next pattern is from Just Patterns. It's called the Iman skirt. It comes in European sizes 34 to 60, and it costs $14 for the PDF. This one has lots of different options. It has a front fly closure, front and back slits or vents, back darts, and slash pockets. And the recommended fabrics are either denim or suiting. So you can get a lot of different looks from this one pattern depending on what fabric you choose. This next one is McCall's 8222. It comes in sizes 6 to 24, and it costs $19.95 for PDF only. Now, unfortunately, this pattern seems to have gone out of print. I do have it in my stash, but I haven't made it yet. The reason that I picked this one is that I think that it is a perfect encapsulation of the trend right now. This is for a high-waisted pleated skirt. It comes in mini, knee, or midi lengths, as a fly front zipper, inseam pockets, and the midi version has a front slit. Now the longer version with the pleats, if you made it in a suiting or something like a cotton twill, that is very much in fashion right now. I've seen a lot of versions of this type of skirt, and it seems like the way that you style it is to wear it exactly the way that you would wear your tailored trousers. So if you like the look of the pleated front tailored trousers, but maybe you're just not a pants kind of gal, maybe give this skirt a try instead. And then the last pattern I have to recommend is the Pattern Emporium Slay All Day skirt. It comes in Australian sizes 4 to 30, and the cost is $10 for the PDF. Now this one is for a knit skirt. It has 3 different waistbands, 4 lengths, and 5 different slit options. Now I've made this skirt for myself out of an athletic poly jersey, but I think if you made it out of a sweater knit, it would very much match the trend. And you could make a matching sweater to go with it. I've seen so many matching sets this winter out of sweater knits, and it is very much a trending silhouette that's still going strong. The last couple trends I have to share with you are for dresses. This next one is for maxi sweater dresses, which I really love the idea of this trend because it's fairly simple and it's nice and warm. I always love those trends when they actually cover your body in the colder seasons. It's just way more practical. So the first pattern I have to share is from Victory Patterns. It's called the Jackie Dress. It comes in US sizes 0 to 16, and the cost is $16 for the PDF. This is a really interesting princess-themed dress. It has a high neckline and a keyhole back with a flared skirt. It comes with long sleeves, and there is a midi length, and there's also a version that is sleeveless that is knee length. Now for all of these patterns that I'm going to share with you, I would recommend making it out of a sweater knit, certainly for winter. Obviously you could make a more summery version later on, but I do think that all of these would match the trend really nicely out of a little bit of a warmer knit fabric. And it's something that you could also dress up or dress down very easily. The next pattern is from Pattern Emporium. It's called the Wanderlust Dress. It comes in Australian sizes 4 to 30, and the cost is $10 for the PDF. This one is an A-line knit dress that does not have a waist seam. There's different sleeve, length, and neckline options, and the shaping on it is a little bit more of a gentle A-line skirt rather than a really full skirt like the previous dress. The next pattern is New Look 6765. It comes in sizes 10 to 22. The cost is $3.99 and it is paper only. This is for a princess seam knit dress with a scoop neckline. It offers short or long sleeves, and there's 2 lengths, knee or midi, and the midi length has a high-low hem. Now, to be honest, I would caution you about this pattern a little bit because the fit on the model to me looks a little bit too oversized. So I would definitely check the finished garment measurements before actually making this, because I think that the silhouette is meant to be more fitted. And if the look on the model is any indication, it might be a little bit looser than you would really prefer. But I do think the general idea of the silhouette is very much on trend, although I would say honestly the high-low hem is maybe not so much on trend right now, but that's something that's a relatively easy change. If you don't want a high-low hem, you could just straighten it out. Now the last knit dress I have to recommend is from Named Clothing. It is the Kilo Wrap Dress. It comes in European sizes 32 to 56, and the cost is $16.60 up to €26.57 in PDF or paper, depending on which version you get. Now this pattern is for a dress or a jumpsuit. You can make it with sleeves or sleeveless. It has a crew neckline. And I chose this one because it incorporates another trend, which is a knot detail. Now I didn't want to keep going with this because there's just so many trends out there, I couldn't possibly do them all. But that is another winter trend. Something as simple as tying a sweater over your shoulders or wearing a garment that has some sort of tie detail or knot detail in it, that's also very on trend. So with the Kilo Wrap Dress, you'd basically be combining 2 trends into one. The next trend that I have to share with you is slip dresses, but worn for occasion wear. This one's a really good one for places that are a little bit warmer, or if you're in a colder place, you can easily layer it with something like a fitted turtleneck underneath. And of course, you could wear a sweater or a jacket over top. This one's also nice because although it is technically a winter trend, you could extend it and continue to wear it in other seasons as well. The first pattern I want to share with you is Grosser Dress 1030. It comes in Russian sizes 38 to 60 and 5 different height brackets, and the cost is $8 for the PDF. This one is a slip dress with asymmetric neckline detail. It has a cowl neckline, it is bias cut, it has a midi length and no closures. So this one I think is a really good representative of the trend right now. I definitely saw some designer dresses that had this sort of look to it. I do think that it looks a little bit more formal than some of these other options that I'm going to share with you. So it would be perfect for an occasion wear dress if you have an event coming up. The next pattern is Paper Cut Patterns Maya. It comes in UK sizes 6 to 20 and the cost is $13 to $19 depending on if you get the PDF or paper version. This one is for a bias cut slip dress that has cup details. It is midi or knee length. I made the short version of this dress for myself as a nightgown, and it's probably not one that I would make again, but that doesn't mean that it's not right for you. I can say that the instructions are really good and it has some nice details and it's relatively simple to put together. The next pattern is Simplicity 9745. It comes in sizes 8 to 26. The full price is $16.07 and it comes in paper and PDF. This one has 3 different lengths, mini, knee, and floor length. It has a back zip closure. It is not bias cut from what I can tell, and it has a really pretty strap detail on the back. This one I thought would be really nice for occasion wear because it has that interesting detail on the back. And not everybody likes bias cut dresses, so this one is a good option to get the look without having to do bias cut. The next pattern I have to share is by Sewing Mason. It's the Sicily slip dress. It comes in sizes A to J, and the cost is $15 for the PDF. This one has 2 different views. There is one with a skinny strap midi length, and then there's one that has thicker straps and it's a knee length. This one is a bias cut dress with a draped cowl neckline. I own this pattern, but I haven't made it. I'm kind of reconsidering. I don't think that it's quite my style, but I do think that it is a lovely dress, and there are many examples of this dress made up in the sewing community. It's a pretty popular pattern. Lots of people have made it successfully, which is always a good sign. So thank you so much for watching this video, and in case you're not quite ready for winter trends yet and you're still working on fall, watch this video next.